Hey everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, for the first time, why don't you subscribe, become the newest member of the Slashed Squad. Here I review products you won't feel guilty buying and do looks you can actually recreate at home. Today I'm talking about a new collection that was just launched by E.L.F. Cosmetics, and it is their Modern Metals collection. So E.L.F. Cosmetics says that the Modern Metals collection is inspired by New Orleans, and they collaborated with influencers to really curate this collection and kind of pick out the shades and what would work well together. There are 4 products in the collection and you can buy them separately. However, there is a value bundle where you can buy all 4 of these products for $32. I'll go through each product individually first, and then I'm going to show you how I created this look with all of the products here. So first we have the Modern Metals eyeshadow palette. I think this is definitely the star of the collection, starting off strong. And what I really appreciate from E.L.F., let me hear it, you can probably guess it, they did a really great balance between the metallic shades and also including mattes. And it's something that they actually mentioned on the back of the packaging is, you know, talking about metal meeting matte. And you all know how I feel about palettes that are all shimmer, all metallic, and I'm like, what do I do with this? I need mattes to create dimension. So this is a perfectly balanced palette. We have 5 metallic shades and 5 mattes. Now it is a very interesting color scheme. We do have a few bold pops of color. We've got blues, we've got purple, but most of it does lean a little bit more neutral, which I'm totally okay with, especially with the metallic finish. It does make it a little more wearable. Now, like I said, I am gonna show you this palette in action to create this look, but just a few notes ahead of time. Something that I really like is that you do get a nice reflective finish with these shades without having to apply them wet. A lot of the times metallic shadows just apply much better when they're wet. You really get that reflective quality, but with these you do have the option to just apply them dry, kind of cut out that extra step, and you're still gonna get a really pretty finish. I gotta say that E.L.F. does a great job with their matte shades, especially like in their matte for matte palettes. These are pretty much the same formula where it's very creamy, it's smooth, it goes on pigmented, and it blends out easily and gives you that diffused look without blending away the color, which is something that is still hard to find sometimes in drugstore shadows, where, you know, you're blending out a matte and then suddenly it's just gone. But with these, you don't have to worry about that. It retains the pigment. So this palette alone is $12 if you are thinking of just buying this separately. Next, we have the Modern Metals blush and highlighter palette. Again, this is also $12 if you do want to buy it separately. We have 3 blushes and 3 highlighters that you can mix and match. Now I gotta say, I'm usually not a huge fan of these multi-blush and highlighter palettes, only because typically there's 1 to 2 shades that I just can't use because of my skin tone, but these all cater really well to medium skin. As far as deep, kind of up in the air. They are pretty pigmented. You do get good color payoff. I'm just not sure, depending on your skin tone, how strong they'll look. And they are buildable, so you can apply them a little bit more sheer if you do have paler skin. On me, I kind of use a little bit of a heavier hand, and I feel like I get a really pretty color with these. Now what I think is really cool is that E.L.F. added primer into this powder formula to help not only it apply smoothly and evenly, but help it stay all day and not break up on your skin. I think that's a really nice addition, because that is something that I struggle with a lot of other powder blushes, is that I put it on, it looks beautiful, it looks smooth, and then it just kind of starts getting patchy throughout the day. So hopefully this is not something that you will experience with these because of the primer in the formula. The last thing I want to say about this palette is that the highlighters are freaking glowy gorgeousness. They have very microfine shimmer in them. You're not going to get a chunky glittery look. You're gonna get more of a smooth strobe vibe. So I have it on right now and you can see that it is just kind of like a beam and not just glitter, you know what I mean? So that's something that I really like about this palette. So believe it or not, even though I usually don't really enjoy palettes like these, this is one that I can definitely see myself using and traveling with as well. Lastly, in the Modern Metals collection, we have 2 lip products. Neither of them are metallic though. Kind of weird, because you would expect that, but like I said, I think they really were emphasizing balance between finishes, so maybe they assume that you're gonna have metal, you know, on the eyes and maybe on the face with the highlighter, so But was I the only one who expected a metallic lip out of this collection? But anyway, both of the formulas have vitamin E to nourish the lips. The gloss is not supposed to be sticky. I would say it's like a little tacky, but it's definitely not like gloopy. And the matte lipstick is also supposed to feel nourishing. Now I will get into this a little bit later when I'm applying it, but I will say that it is a true matte finish, and so you are gonna get a little bit of that true matte feel. It did feel a little bit tightening on the lips, so you know, just do your prep for matte lips as always, exfoliate and moisturize. But these are the only lip shades in the collection. The glitter gloss is kind of like a peachy golden champagne vibe, and the liquid matte lipstick is a terracotta burnt orange. I actually really like that they chose this color for this collection. It's very versatile. You can wear this kind of color with a more light eye look and have it be more of a statement, or you can wear it with a super sultry eye and kind of just go full glam. And these are $6 each, so if you were gonna buy everything separately, it would come out to about $36, but you can buy them all together in a bundle for $32. And honestly, unless you're only interested in maybe one of the lips and one of the palettes, getting it in the bundle is a no-brainer because you are saving money. Another thing that I kind of appreciated is that they kept this collection simple as far as it only being 4 products. It's not overwhelming. It's nice to get in a gift set. I'm glad that it's just these 4 products. I think they really work well together, and they're also good to mix and match with things you already might have at home. So I'm gonna show you them in action now to create this look, and clearly I filled in the blanks with the products that I already have to finish the eyes. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first I'm just gonna prime my eye. I'm gonna use this light mauve color as my base shade. So it actually applies a little darker than it looks in the pan. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more creamy, but that is quite okay. It's pretty pigmented for a light matte. I'm gonna go into this like faded salmon shade and have that be my transition color. So far, I'm really pleased with the pigmentation of these shadows. In fact, they're applying more pigmented than I expected, so I'm kind of having to do some blending, but they're also blending out really easily and very smoothly, so pretty good on the matte so far. I think I'm gonna use that same terracotta shade and just deepen up the outer corner with it by just layering, and I'm gonna make this in general maybe a lighter eye look and give the statement to the metal shades. And I'll add a little bit onto the lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna take this metallic taupe shade and I'm going to apply it dry to the lid area. And I love that you still do get a slight metallic look without having to apply the shadows wet, because usually metallic shadows do better when applied wet, and we'll do that in a second just for a little pop, but even if you just want to apply these dry and not have the extra step, you still get that nice reflective quality to them. I'm gonna grab this metallic peachy gold, and this one I am going to be applying wet, so I'm just gonna spray my brush with the E.L.F. Beauty Shield Makeup Mist, and I'm gonna pat that in the middle of the lid. And applying wet definitely gives it a little bit more of a metallic, like a true metallic effect, you know, sort of reflective. Honestly, you could definitely just get away with applying these dry. Just gives it a little bit more amplification. And I'm gonna grab this champagne shade, and that is going to be my inner corner highlight, and I'll throw it under the brow bone as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and tightline. I'm actually gonna tightline the bottom lash line as well, and I'm not gonna do any lash liner, and no wing today. What? I'm gonna make sure I do a good job curling my lashes though, and finishing the eyes with just a little mascara. And that's it for the eyes. And even though we kept this pretty light to mid-tone, there's no like dark smoky colors, I'm really glad that I had the matte shades for definition in the corners and transition area. I really do think that it completes the look and makes it look more whole. All right, let's move on to the face with the Modern Metals Blush and Highlighter Palette. So in this one, we've got 3 blushes and 3 highlights. I feel like with this look, this deeper shade, it's kind of like a burnt orangey blush, that might work best. I already have contour on, by the way, and I will say that the formula is the tiniest bit powdery. You can kind of see right here the kick up that I'm getting in the pan. Right away, it's got some really good color payoff though. And this is a really beautiful warm shade that I think would get a lot of use in the fall. Ooh, I like that a lot. I'm also using an E.L.F. 105 brush. It's kind of like a duo fiber type of brush, which helps kind of lay down a more controlled amount of product and build up. Yeah, I really like that. Very pretty. And I'm gonna use this peachy golden highlight on the top of my cheekbones, down the nose, Cupid's bow, maybe on the chin and forehead. We'll see how I feel. I like that. It's definitely not glittery or chunky. There's fine shimmer to it. It gives you a really pretty glowy sheen. That's my kind of powder highlighter. I'll add a little bit to the forehead area and the chin. Yeah, I can definitely see a glow right there. So because that's our only option, I'm gonna be using this on the lips, and maybe we'll do a little bit of highlighting with the gloss. It's a super smooth formula. Okay, so I'm really, really loving this shade. I think it is gorgeous, and it definitely matches the vibe of the look that I went for today. Now, it is a true matte finish, which I think looks really great, especially for fall. Obviously, matte lips are definitely in. However, it does feel matte. I do feel a little bit of tightening towards the middle of the lips. Definitely would suggest exfoliating before applying, because you are going to get that matte feel. Now, it's not incredibly dry yet. You know, I just put it on. It does feel slightly dry, so just something to note. But I think this color in the matte finish is just so drop dead gorgeous, and a very fall appropriate burnt orange type of vibe. Now, for the sake of wanting to try the glittery gloss, I'm gonna use it to highlight the lips, and this is a really cool effect that I like to do, either with a shinier finish than the base shade or a lighter shade, and putting it right in the middle of the top and bottom lip for a more plumped effect. Let's see if it works with the glitter. Wow, there's actually a lot of glitter in this. I didn't expect it to be so packed. So I'm just dabbing the glitter in the middle of both the upper and lower lip. And that just gives a little reflective detail you can see when it catches the light, giving the matte lip a little bit more of a metallic vibe. Since they didn't give us a metallic lip, we're DIYing it. So this is my finished look with the Modern Metals collection. Honestly, there weren't really any duds in this collection. The glitter lip gloss is probably not something I would have picked up on my own. Not a big fan of glitter, not a big fan of lip gloss, but it does kind of, you know, give you a little bit of room to play around if you want to layer the shades like I did today. But other than that, I mean, I'm really happy with this blush and highlighter shade. I thought that they were very pigmented, easy to blend out, and then the eyeshadow palette is definitely a win. I was really surprised with how pigmented even the matte shades were, even on the lighter shade spectrum. It would have been really easy for them to just create a fully metallic palette because of the theme, but I'm really glad that they didn't, because this means I don't have to dip into other products or palettes to finish the look. The mattes definitely add a balance that kind of makes your look a little more complete. And I think we created this really nice fall look too, very pumpkin spicy, very falling leaves-esque. Honestly, I think it's worth just buying the whole set together for the $32 bundle, because you are getting that value. Because like I said, none of these products let me down. I think they all performed really well. I love the color scheme, very fall, and I also like that they did think to include a few pops of color here as well to kind of get creative juices flowing. Overall, very happy with this collection. It's very cohesive. I feel like the products work very well together, and the color scheme is very on trend. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment telling me if you are going to pick up any of these products. I'll leave all the links below to the individual products as well as the bundle set. If you want to see more collection reviews like this, hit the thumbs up button, and if there's anything specific you want to see on my channel, leave it in the comments below. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, become the newest member of the Slashed Squad. If you've done that, high five, but have you hit the bell icon to turn on video notifications? If you don't do that, then YouTube decides what's on your subscription page, not you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!